March 8th, 2025, 11:47 p.m., Arctic Ocean, 420 miles north of Murmansk. Surface temperature minus 42 Celsius, ice sheet 8 feet thick, and 600 feet below that frozen hell, two submarines hunt each other in total darkness. USS Seawolf, Virginia-class attack submarine, displacement 12U, 130 tons submerged, 38 weapons aboard, mix of Mark 48 torpedoes and Tomahawk cruise missiles, silent running, speed 4 knots, crew of 134 holding their breath. They know the Russian is close, very close. They heard her an hour ago. Then she disappeared, vanished into thermal layers, into ice noise, into the Arctic void that eats sonar returns and spits back ghosts. Welcome to Navy Force, where naval dominance is decided in places humans weren't meant to survive. The mission started simple enough. Intelligence gathering, map Russian submarine routes, track their patrol patterns, standard Cold War stuff. Except the Cold War ended 34 years ago. This is something new, something worse. Because now both sides claim the Arctic seabed, claim mineral rights, claim territorial waters extended by continental shelf. Russia planted a flag on Lomonosov Ridge in 2007, titanium flag, still there, with 13 and 280 feet deep. That ridge extends from Russian territory, or does it extend from Canadian territory, or Danish? Geological surveys conflict, legal arguments rage. Meanwhile, submarines prowl the depths, mapping, claiming, challenging. One spark could ignite conflict over resources worth $35 trillion. That's what's at stake. That's why USS Seawolf is here. That's why Russian Yasen-class submarine Kazan is hunting her. Sonar officer aboard Seawolf whispers into headset, "Contact lost. Last bearing 047 degrees, fading into the convergent zone." Captain nods. Convergent zone is acoustic shadow created by water temperature layers. Sound bends, doesn't travel straight. Submarine hiding there becomes invisible. Russian captain knows this. Using it. Classic cat and mouse. Problem is, both submarines are cats. Both are mice. Whoever finds the other first wins. Loser gets torpedoed, maybe dies. Maybe starts World War III, maybe both. Question for viewers. In submarine warfare, what matters most? A. Speed. B. Silent. C. Sensors. Drop your answer below. Navy Force will reveal why all three matter equally and which one fails first under Arctic ice. Arctic Ocean is unique environment. Not like Atlantic, not like Pacific. Here, ice creates constant noise, cracking, grinding, pressure ridges forming, sounds like explosions, masks submarine signatures perfectly. Also creates another problem. Sonar can't distinguish ice noise from machinery noise. Experienced operator can tell difference. Maybe, sometimes, under pressure with enemy submarine nearby, not so easy. Seawolf's sonar team listens to cacophony. Every crack could be ice, could be Russian hull, could be torpedo launch. They filter, they analyze, they guess, because that's what it becomes at this depth. Educated guessing. Kazan is formidable opponent. Yasen class is Russia's newest attack submarine, launched 2017, commissioned 2021, displacement 13,800 tons, faster than American submarines, better armed, carries 40 weapons, 10 torpedo tubes, vertical launch cells for cruise missiles, Caliber missiles, range 1,050 miles, can strike London from Arctic Ocean, can hit New York from Atlantic, most dangerous Russian submarine ever built, and her captain has 23 years experience, hunted American submarines during his entire career, knows their tactics, knows their weaknesses, knows how they think. USS Seawolf captain also experienced 19 years commanding submarines, but this is his first Arctic patrol. Different environment, different rules. Ice above prevents surfacing. Emergency blow impossible. If something goes wrong down here, no escape, no rescue, just slow death as oxygen runs out or quick death as pressure hull collapses. He pushes those thoughts aside, focuses on hunt, reviews options, go active with sonar. That reveals position, guarantees Russian finds him, launch noisemaker. That might flush enemy out or might trigger attack, maintain silent running. That's safest, but doesn't solve problem. Russian is still out there, still hunting. Clock is ticking. At 11:54 p.m., decision gets made for him. Sonar picks up faint contact. Not machinery, not ice. Something else, water displacement. Large object moving slowly. Bearing 52 degrees. Range impossible to determine. Could be 2 miles, could be 20 miles. Arctic acoustics distort everything. But it's something. Captain orders helm. Come right to bearing arrow 52. Slow to 3 knots. Minimize self-noise. Close the distance carefully. This is moment of truth. Either he found the Russian, or Russian found him in his baiting trap. On Navy Force, we understand submarine combat isn't like movies. It's not dramatic. It's not fast. It's hours of silence followed by seconds of terror. It's mathematical. It's psychological. It's about patience and nerve. Subscribe to Navy Force if you respect submariners who fight wars nobody sees in places nobody knows exist. Seawolf creeps forward. Sonar contact strengthens. Definitely submarine. Acoustic signature matches Yasin class. Computer confirms 94% probability. Target identified. Range now estimated 3.7 miles. Almost point blank in submarine warfare terms. Mark 48 torpedo range is 30 miles. Could shoot right now. End this. Sink the Russian. Mission accomplished. But rules of engagement prohibit firing first, must be fired upon before weapons-free authorized, or must be in imminent danger. Is he in imminent danger? Russian submarine 3.7 miles away, definitely knows Seawolf is here, hasn't fired, hasn't maneuvered aggressively. Maybe Russian captain has same orders. Don't shoot first. This becomes strange standoff. 2 submarines stalking each other, both armed, both capable, neither willing to start war yet. At 11:59 p.m., situation changes. New sonar contact. 3rd submarine bearing 310 degrees. Range unknown. Acoustic signature different. Not Yasin class, heavier, older. Computer searches database. Match found. Akula class attack submarine. Older Russian design. Less capable than Yasin, but still deadly. Carries 24 weapons. Quieter than previous Soviet submarines. NATO called them Walker after spy who sold submarine secrets. Now there are 2 Russian submarines, 1 American. Odds just shifted. Captain curses quietly. This is ambush. Kazan drove him here deliberately. 2nd submarine waited. Classic trap. And he walked right into it. Fire control officer whispers urgently. Recommend weapons free. 2 enemy submarines. We're bracketed. Captain shakes head. Negative. Maintain silent running. They're testing us, seeing if we'll shoot first. Give them excuse to sink us and claim self-defense. Officer doesn't look convinced. Captain doesn't blame him. This is insane. Sitting between 2 enemy submarines, waiting, hoping they don't decide to end it. But that's the game. That's modern naval warfare. Political considerations matter more than tactical advantage. Choose your strategy, viewers. Should Seawolf A. Shoot first, B. Run C. Surface and declare presence? Comment your tactical assessment. Navy Force wants your input. At 12:03 a.m., March 9th, Russian move first. Not weapons, not torpedoes. They launch noisemaker, underwater device that creates loud sound, acoustic decoy, or signal. Loud bang echoes through water. Seawolf sonar operators flinch, volume overwhelming. Then another bang. Another. Pattern emerges. Morse code, Russians communicating. Message simple. Leave. Just one word, leave. Repeated 3 times, then silence. Captain smiles grimly. So Russians don't want fight either. They want Americans gone. Territorial claim. This is our seabed. Get out. Message received. But Captain doesn't acknowledge, doesn't respond, maintains course, maintains depth, calls their bluff. 30 minutes pass. Nothing happens. Both Russian submarines maintain position. Seawolf maintains position. 3 submarines sitting underwater, nobody moving. Ridiculous situation, but also brilliant strategy. Russians can report they confronted American submarine, ordered it away. American submarine refused, intruder, trespasser. Meanwhile, Americans can report Russians didn't attack, didn't fire, proves this is international waters, not Russian territory. Both sides claim victory, both sides avoid war. Perfect outcome, except nobody's leaving. That's the problem. At 12:41 a.m., Seawolf sonar detects new sound, not submarines, not ice, machinery, surface ships, multiple contacts, bearing 180 degrees south, range approximately 12 miles. Computer analyzes, identifies Russian Udaloy-class destroyers, 2 of them. Displacement 8,000 tons each. Anti-submarine warfare specialists, towed sonar arrays, RBU 6000 anti-submarine rockets, torpedoes, depth charges. They're hunting. Coming north, searching for Seawolf. Captain realizes this is coordinated operation. Submarines hold American submarine in place. Surface ships close in, box them completely, can't dive deeper. Already at 600 feet, can't surface. Ice above, can't run fast. That reveals position to everyone, trapped. Fire control officer updates threat board. 2 submarines, 2 destroyers, 4 Russian warships total. USS Seawolf alone. Nearest American support 840 miles south. A fast attack submarine, USS Connecticut. Too far, can't help. Surface fleet, closest is Carrier Strike Group in Norwegian Sea. 100 miles away, nobody's coming. Seawolf is on her own. Captain evaluates options, all bad. Running reveals position. Staying put lets Russians tighten noose. Fighting means sinking at least 1 Russian vessel. That means war. No good choices. Then tactical officer suggests option nobody considered. Go under the ice. Navigate to Polinia. Open water hole in ice sheet. Surface there. Establish communications. Request orders. How about maybe negotiate way out? It's risky. Polinias are rare. Navigating under ice is dangerous. Hit ice keel submarine damaged, maybe fatally. But staying here guarantees eventual detection. Russian destroyers have hours, days, can search systematically, eventually find Seawolf. Then what? Force her to surface? Fire on her? Captain makes call. Helm come right to bearing 095, increase speed to 8 knots. We're going under the ice. On Navy Force, we respect bold decisions in desperate situations. This is gambling with $3.2 billion submarine and 134 lives. But doing nothing is also gamble. Sometimes offense is best defense. Like this video, if you believe calculated risk is part of command responsibility. Seawolf turns east. Speed increases. She moves away from Russian submarines. They detect the movement immediately. Yasin-class Kazan accelerates to follow. Akula maintains position, blocking escape route west. Russian destroyers increase speed, chasing sonar contact. Race is on. Americans need to reach ice cover before Russians close gap. Distance to ice pressure ridge 2.8 miles, Russian destroyer range 11.3 miles. Seawolf speed 8 knots, destroyer speed 28 knots. Simple math says destroyer catches up in 21 minutes, but destroyer has to navigate ice flows, slow down, avoid collision. Maybe that buys time, maybe not. Navigation officer calculates. Ice cover in 19 minutes at current speed. Too close, too tight. Captain orders. Ahead flank, maximum speed. Seawolf accelerates to 25 knots, fastest she can go without cavitation noise. Water flowing over hull so fast it creates bubbles, loud bubbles, gives away position precisely. But now position doesn't matter. Russians already tracking her. Speed matters. Get to ice, get to safety, get to position where surface ships can't follow. At 12:56 a.m., Kazan launches torpedo. Single weapon type 6576 torpedo, massive, 25 feet long, 2,700 pounds, warhead, 100 pounds of high explosive, speed 50 knots, range 30 miles, wire guided. Russian submarine can steer it remotely. Seawolf sonar hears launch. Operator shouts, torpedo in the water, bearing 237, range 880, 400 yards, high-speed screws. Captain reacts instantly. Launch countermeasures, full evasion. Torpedo decoy, shoots from tube, swims away making noise, mimics submarine acoustic signature. Hopefully torpedo tracks decoy instead of real target. Hopefully. Seawolf brakes hard right, 15-degree down angle, diving. Speed 30 knots now. Pushing envelope, hull groaning under pressure, 700 feet, 800 feet, 900 feet. Test depth is 1,000 feet. Maximum survivable depth, classified, but probably 1,600 feet. Going deep risks crushing. Staying shallow risks torpedo. Captain chooses deep, lesser evil. Torpedo follows, tracking, closing. Range 6,000 yards, 5,000, 4,000. Decoy isn't working. Torpedo ignoring it, locked on real target. This is bad. Seawolf launches second decoy, more noise, more confusion. Torpedo hesitates. Seeker head confused by multiple targets, slows slightly, circles, searching. That's the opening. Captain orders hard left turn, 90-degree change. Torpedo continues straight for 3 seconds, loses contact. Russians try to regain control via wire, but wire breaks. Too much maneuvering. Torpedo goes autonomous, searches independently, finds nothing. After 2 minutes, fuel expires. Torpedo goes dead, sinks. Threat eliminated. Seawolf survives. Barely. But now everyone knows exactly where she is. Torpedo attack pinpointed her location. Russian destroyers converge. Kazan closes rapidly. American submarine still 1.4 miles from ice cover. Speed 32 knots. Redlining engines. Engineer reports. Reactor temperature critical. Recommend reduce speed. Captain refuses. Maintain speed. We need that ice. 13 more minutes. If reactor holds. If hull holds. If Russians don't launch second torpedo. Big ifs. At 0104 a.m. Seawolf reaches ice. Dives under pressure ridge. Ice above. Solid, thick. Extends down 40 feet below surface. Submarine squeezes beneath. Clearance 15 feet. Tight. Scary. Ice groans above, shifting, moving. Captain holds breath. If ice shifts wrong, direction submarine gets pinned, crushed, everyone dies. But ice holds. Submarine passes through, now under ice sheet. Russian destroyers can't follow. Too shallow, ice too thick, but Kazan can follow. She's submarine. She can go anywhere Seawolf can, and she's faster. Top speed 35 knots. Seawolf maxes at 33 knots. Russians will catch up eventually. Seawolf navigates by inertial guidance. No GPS under ice, no visual references, no landmarks, just gyroscopes and accelerometers calculating position. Navigation officer updates course constantly, looking for Polinia. Open water. Ice charts show possible location 8.7 miles northeast. Maybe. Ice charts are old, 6 months. Ice moves, Polinia's open and close. Could be there, could be gone. Only one way to find out. Keep going, keep hoping, keep praying. At 01:19 a.m., sonar detects ice thinning. Open water possible ahead. Captain orders reduced speed, 8 knots. Careful now. Surface ice sensors show 3 feet thickness, then 2 feet, then nothing. Polinia found, roughly circular, 400 feet diameter, enough to surface. Captain brings submarine to periscope depth, raises scope, looks around, nothing but ice and darkness. Temperature minus 40 Celsius. No ships, no helicopters, no threats visible. He surfaces completely, blows ballast tanks. Submarine breaks through thin ice crust. Hull rises. Conning tower emerges into Arctic night. First time in 14 hours. Communications officer immediately tries to establish satellite link, transmits burst message to U.S. Strategic Command, position, status, situation report, request instructions, message sent, acknowledgement received, response coming, wait time. Estimated 8 minutes. Those are longest 8 minutes of captain's career. Sitting on surface, vulnerable. Russian submarine probably tracking them. Surface ships searching. Air assets possibly inbound. But he needs orders, needs political guidance. Can't start war without authorization, can't retreat without permission, waits. At 01:28 a.m., response arrives, brief, encrypted, decoded. It says, withdraw immediately, avoid engagement, repeat, avoid engagement, return to operating area 14. That's Norwegian Sea, that's international waters, that's safety, orders clear. Captain doesn't argue, doesn't question. Acknowledges, begins dive sequence. Ballast tanks flood, submarine sinks, returns to depth. But which direction? East takes them into Russian territorial waters, definitely hostile. West takes them back through Russian picket line, also hostile. South is long route, 400 miles under ice, days of navigation. North is shorter, 180 miles but goes toward North Pole, deeper into Arctic, away from support, more ice, more danger. Captain chooses north. Shorter is faster, faster is safer. Maybe. Seawolf goes deep, 600 feet, speed 12 knots, silent again, heading north. Navigation officer plots course, avoids known pressure ridges, avoids shallow areas, seeks deepest route. Sonar listens for Kazan, hears nothing. Maybe Russian submarine lost contact, maybe she's waiting ahead, ambush. No way to know, just keep going, keep listening, keep surviving. 4 hours pass, no contacts, no threats, just ice noise and darkness. At 05:37 a.m., sonar detects thinning ice ahead, marginal ice zone, edge of permanent ice pack. Beyond that, open ocean, safety, range 12 miles. Captain allows himself small hope, maybe they'll make it. Maybe this ends without shooting, maybe diplomacy wins. At 05:44 a.m., that hope dies. Sonar contacts submarine, dead ahead, blocking path, range 4.2 miles, acoustic signature matches Kazan. Russians got ahead somehow, faster speed, better ice navigation. Doesn't matter how, they're there, waiting. This is it. Final confrontation. Captain can't go around, ice too thick on sides, can't go back. Destroyers behind must go through. Through means past Kazan. Past means she might fire, probably will fire. Captain makes hardest decision of career. Weapons free, target submarine bearing 010, prepare to fire Mark 48 on my command. Pick your choice, viewers. Fire first or maintain course. Comment F for fire, M for maintain. Navy Force believes submariners face impossible decisions and deserve our respect regardless of outcome. Fire control solution computed, torpedo ready, outer door open. Target locked, range 3.8 miles, captain's finger on firing button, waiting for hostile act, waiting for excuse, waiting for anything that justifies shooting. Seconds tick, sweat runs despite cold. This is tension that breaks men. This is pressure that creates heroes or casualties. No middle ground. At 05:46 a.m., Kazan moves, not towards Seawolf, away, accelerates north, clearing path, letting Americans pass. Captain doesn't understand. Why? Russians had perfect position, perfect shot. Why yield? Then communications officer reports. Sir, receiving VLF transmission, Russian Naval Command ordering all submarines return to port immediately. Very low frequency radio penetrates water. Used for strategic messaging, message is clear, stand down. Diplomatic solution reached, politicians decided, warriors obey. Both submarines withdraw, both captains exhale, both crews survive, war postponed, maybe canceled, maybe just delayed. Seawolf proceeds north, exits Arctic ice pack at 09:22 a.m., March 9th, enters open water of Norwegian Sea, rendezvous with USS Connecticut at 14:15, 2 American submarines together, safety in numbers, begin transit south toward Scotland, mission complete. Sort of. Didn't complete mapping, didn't establish territorial claim, but didn't start war. Didn't lose submarine, didn't kill anyone. That counts as success. Maybe. What did Navy Force learn from this? First Arctic is submarine battlefield. Entire Arctic Ocean is contested territory. Second, ice changes everything. Tactics that work in Atlantic fail in Arctic. Third, silence matters more than speed. Seawolf survived because she stayed quiet until necessary. Fourth, rules of engagement prevent wars. Both captains wanted to shoot, both didn't. Orders saved lives. Fifth, diplomatic solution beats military solution. Politicians ended standoff, not weapons. That's how it should work. Final lesson. Submarine warfare is 99% boredom, 1% terror, hours of nothing followed by moments of everything. Submariners live this reality daily. Public never knows, never sees, never appreciates. But Navy force knows. We honor silent service. We respect underwater warriors. We tell their stories. Quiz answer from earlier. Submarine warfare. What matters most, speed, silence, or sensors? Answer is C, sensors. Seawolf survived because sonar detected torpedo launch. Because sonar found Polinia. Because sonar tracked Russian submarines. Speed helped. Silence helped, but sensors provided information. Information enabled decisions. Decisions saved lives. Best sensor wins. Always. Here's truth mainstream media hides. Arctic is next major conflict zone. Russia claims it. China wants access. U.S. defends international law. All three nations patrol with submarines. All three submarines armed with nuclear weapons. One mistake could be catastrophic. One miscalculation could end world. Submariners prevent that daily, showing restraint under pressure, following orders despite instinct. That's professionalism. That's honor. That's American military excellence. Peace belongs to those who control the depths. To Russia and anyone watching, America will defend international waters. Our submarines will patrol where law permits. Our sailors will maintain vigilance. But we will not fire first. We will not start conflicts. We will only finish them. That's deterrence. That's strength. That's how peace survives. Subscribe to Navy Force if you believe submarine crews deserve recognition. Like this video if you respect warriors who fight in darkness. Comment below. Was Captain right to withdraw? Should U.S. establish permanent Arctic presence? What would you do facing two enemy submarines? Your input matters. Your engagement grows this community. Next threat emerges now. Next submarine already deployed. Next confrontation already brewing. Stay alert, stay informed, stay with Navy Force, because tomorrow's crisis won't announce itself, and neither will we.